That's the feeling we've all had. How new shoes would make you glad, but the best times you recall when you wore no shoes at all. Back the days.
Hey there, I'm Dan Dorica, and it's another edition of Living Lightly. It's late January, kind of the middle of winter. We're coming up on maple syruping season, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to do a video about that whole process that we do here, making our own maple syrup as a source of sugar that's local and delicious as well. But today I wanted to tell you about my 10-year-old toothbrush. Now, some of you might be turning up your nose at a 10-year-old toothbrush, but it's actually not such a big deal. What's unique about this toothbrush is that it's not as disposable as other toothbrushes. Normally, you know, a toothbrush like this one here, you throw the whole thing out after a couple months of using it because the bristles go bad. Well, this company has invented a brilliant improvement on the old toothbrush, which is, since the bristles are the part that usually goes bad first, they've made this handle that you can pop out the bristles on and replace the bristles. So I've been using the same handle for 10 years. Now just imagine how many pounds of plastic that haven't had to be manufactured and haven't had to go into a landfill just because I've been using this brand of toothbrush. And the heads, the bristle parts, the head, don't really cost any more than a toothbrush would. So you're not spending any more money, but you're just keeping a lot of plastic out of the landfill and reusing a piece of plastic that doesn't need to be thrown away. Like this will last a really long time. It hasn't broken, it's very well made. And when I want to put new bristles in it, I just pop them in like that. Now, some of you might be like, oh, is there any worry about that thing popping out in your mouth and you choking on it? I've never had it happen to me. I've never had the bristles come out. Just seems to snap in there pretty well and hold tight for the whole time that I'm using it. And then once the bristles get pretty worn, I just get some new heads here and then just replace them. Just pop a new one in. Super easy. And now some of you might be like, well, you know, I eat fast food every day and I'm throwing away tons of disposable utensils, and you might not care about, you know, a little bit of plastic every couple of months. And if that sounds like you might want to think about bringing your own reusable utensils, or about not eating fast food at all. If you're going hardcore sustainable, like I try to live, you want to try to eliminate all of the waste in your life. You want to try to make it so they don't have to make things like this in the first place, because we don't have an abundance of fossil fuel. It may seem that way, but we're actually kind of on the verge of a decline in fossil fuel. And so if you can do whatever you can to eliminate the manufacture, and then also eliminate these having to go into a landfill where they'll just sit there forever, basically. And or at least until like a future Mad Max world, they'll dig it up and start using it again as a toothbrush, or maybe they'll melt it down into weapons so they can kill each other. But that is likely our future, given the scarcity of resources, because people are using disposable toothbrushes. So what I would recommend is that you get one of these. The brand is called, well, I call it Fox just because it's funnier, but it might be called Fuchs. I don't know. It's made in Germany, so what could be better than buying products made in Germany? All right, well, I think you'll find that if you switch to the non-disposable brand of toothbrush, you won't notice any big difference in your lifestyle. It's not an inconvenience, but it will make a difference in how many pounds of plastic are having to be created in the world and how many pounds end up in a landfill. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that, and I'll see you next time. It sort of gives the house this nice feel of a natural material. I think one of the cooler, yet maybe more understated features of the house is the stairway. The stairway is made of mostly local maple. The stringers are made from reclaimed lumber, and the rest of it is new, locally milled, locally harvested maple.